What's up, y'all? Over there, it's making this actually called 4 Books Every Black Person Should Read, Part 2. I'm actually looking down to written notes pertaining to that video. You will also hear me speak about reference books. There's a book on my shelf, or pretty much my library, that has vast history and knowledge about a variety of topics of African history, literature in general. A reference book is a book I go to answer questions of what I seek. Just to be sure if it's not in the book, and it's usually used to aid in my books that I'm actually publishing. So that's personally what the reference book actually is. I'm gonna start with Black People Invented Everything. This is number 1. Black People Invented Everything by Supreme Understanding. The book literally speaks for itself. I didn't want to give it like a reverb, but the book, really want to tell you this, speaks for itself. This is also a reference book. It's pretty much one of the books I actually go to. The Black Mystical Tradition and Early Black Literature by my man Robert Walker. Any book from him, just cop it. In this book, besides the fact he also talk about like literature, he also talk about philosophy. Even though it originally started in literature in Africa, he also bring up like the musical notifications. Like when I think it's in England, London, I can't remember where it was at, but we see like a dude standing, he have a stick in his hand, and he doing like this. That actually originated in Africa, pertaining to how we understood musical notes and pretty much its translation, and pretty much in understanding how those terms or pretty much those sounds can be used. That actually originated in Africa. He explained it in this book. Even though he explained it briefly about like pretty much all genres of music that's actually in America originated in Africa, along with the musical instruments that was using. And he literally speaks about, including other topics I really want to get into, but that's a book I highly recommend. Number 3, infusion of African and African American content in the school curriculum. Proceedings of the First National Conference. This is a reference book. This book, even though the book is, I think it's 112 to 118 pages of like raw information, but the rest of it just a whole bunch of references, sources, footnotes. He didn't explain that this actually occurred in, I think it was in the University of Georgia at the year of, I think it's 1989, when I think that Black people actually wanted all history to be taught in school, like on like a daily basis, not just for like particular a month, which is the shortest month of the year, like Black History Month. They were saying that all history to be taught in school, and he literally bring out, well, pretty much they all literally bring out references and sources. They were saying that all history originated from us. They was literally talking about this need to be taught in school, this need to be taught in school, this need to be taught in school, especially the Moors. They brought up the Moors, and like the pretty much the information that's actually in this book was very overwhelming, shocking. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like it was like. That's why I said this is a reference book. Reference book. This is one of my reference books. The information is actually, especially about the Moors, especially about ancient civilization pertaining to Africa. They was like, all history to be taught in school. And you know what these niggas did? They said, no, nigga, we ain't gonna do no such thing. We ain't gonna do no such thing. Nah. They was like, nah, if we teach you your history, you will be a threat. Because we can't continue to lie to you. I mean, what the fuck? Stepped out a little bit for a sec. Fuck it. We cannot teach you your goddamn history, motherfucking nigga. Because we can't slave you anymore. You know too much. You know the truth. We can't cap to you about who you are, your history. You know too much. And our whole history was mainly about slaving you. Teaching you that you don't have a history starting in slavery. What the fuck is wrong with us teaching you that everything we have traced to you? While you was striving for multi-thousands of years, right? And we wasn't even walking on the earth at the time when you was doing what you was doing. Everything of Western civilization traced to you, especially to the Greeks, you know, trace everything of Western civilization traced to ancient Kemet, including the Moors. What the fuck is we ain't doing no such thing. Teaching you your history so you can have self-pride, self-dignity, self-confidence. We can't lie to you. We can't say that you're ignorant. You know what? Fuck it. That's why we love it at you in the hood. People don't listen to Cortez or anyone who's saying this. You live in the hood. Go in the alley and get your dick sucked. Worry about shit like that. Don't worry about your history. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about no. We can't lie to you if you know your history. Now, you can look at right now, currently, it's called critical race theory. Yo, research that, that's ridiculous. But literally, aside from that, he literally explains it in this book. He literally explains why they said, no, fuck that, fam. We not doing no such thing. And he literally speaks about like not just African, not just ancient. He talked about modern. He talked about medieval. He talked about they would just touch in on a lot of like varied topics of like African history. And he said all this need to be taught in school to our children, to the youth, to who we are, whatever like that. And they said no, we ain't doing that shit. Fuck wrong with you? And you know what I mean? I'm doing no fucking Marshall everlasting mind, nigga. This here is fourth. When blacks ruled Greece and Rome. This book literally speaks about a lot of ancient civilization, which literally is also a reference book. This book also talks about a lot of ancient civilization. The first of pretty much all ancient civilizations is actually African. Literally, he literally tells you, even though it was briefly, but he literally tells you. He literally tell you what the first civilization literally identified themselves as, what they called themselves. And I said, come on, y'all niggas want to play dumb about who they were. And he literally telling you how they called this, like pretty much how they identify themselves as, who they are. Pretty much it's ridiculous. I said this information in this book is ridiculous. He's literally telling you. Then when I started doing my research on what he was talking about, I said, yo, it's right there. What the fuck? Like it was ridiculous what he was talking about. And we interacting with no, this civilization here, guys, was white. He's literally telling you. He's telling you. He's not like my opinion is and my theories and I think about. Fuck all of that. He's literally telling you. And the thing about it is that it's very direct to the point. Well, similar to how my books is. Direct to the point, very in-depth details. But it's real short. It's like he give you 3-4 paragraphs. This nigga give you 3-4 paragraphs. Direct to the point and then go on to the next topic. This is pretty much what this is definitely one of my favorite books. And he don't just talk about when blacks ruled Greece and Spain. He talk about all over the place. He brought up. I want to use it for examples, but he literally talks about. Cause there's some information in the. He talk about like the early Chinese stage was described as being black. He literally talked about the Shang Dynasty was founded by people of black and olive skin. And he literally talked about the name they was literally called themselves as. I said, oh yeah, I'm definitely putting that in my 6th book. Definitely put in my 6th book. He talked about the first inhabitants of China was I already found that. The first inhabitants of China was black. You know what I mean? Which means the first dynasty of China is black. I ain't gonna say too much. It's gonna be in the book, don't worry about it. My book, I'm working on Planet of the Blacks Part 2. And this book is a good reference for that. Now, this book here, I want to show these 3, but I don't want the video to be too long. So I'm just going to end with that. If this video get 2 likes like the previous one, I'll show y'all some more. I make a part 3 for y'all. So if this video get 2 likes, I make a part 3. I also got to say about that, y'all. Peace.